got a canine donation that's going on for, this is 101 East Main Street, Old Washington, Mid-Columbia Library. Got one in Kennewick, one in Richmond. The biggest ones I got in Kennewick, and also that's sponsored by Andy Miller, prosecutor, Washington of Benton County, which they have a orientation on rundown on all the authors and also the readers and book reviewers for their conferences. Anyways, you got the K9, and this K9 has a Moses Lake Police Department 411 South Blossom. This is Moses Lake Police Department next to Aquatic Center. They have a coordinations with the Moses Lake Department. This one looks familiar with the one Spokane, Lucid Spokane, Idaho District, which is right off South 395. This one's also Kennewick Police Department. Also the Pasco Police Department have fundamentals with the K9. This one has a donation that go here in Moses Lake office. The 411 South Blossom, the inquiry. They got the compound facility and also compound facility here at the obstacle course in the sheriff's office and Highway 26. They got obstacle course as well. And the outside of the K9 facility and the sheriff's office, right, called John Deere Evergreen Implement on First Street and Highway 26. Siren City RDO Evergreen Implement by Pasco, Washington, Franklin County, Spokane exit. Also the Spokane exit to South 395 right off John Rada and Jupiter and John Rada area by the Sand Dune area. There's a Spokane exit that goes all the way to SR 25, 26, 24, I-90 and I-90 connecting to Ferry, and that's Seattle, Washington, and all the way connecting to all of the outskirts of I-90 that connects to Idaho District. This one is from Euclid Alpha Division. This one is the same breed of Villanova Spokane. It's a drug sniffing dog and also explosive small C4 explosives and also man-made dirty bombs, liquor bombs, and that's Tim McVeigh and Mr. Ridgway and Mr. Yates murderer that dropped off Felix Barela at Gonzaga University. My scent was all over Yates. The scent on the bodies was all over Yates's dead bodies in the backs of the pickup truck. Also in the red truck, Ford pickup in Fresno, blue truck in Fresno on Hedges, and also whole coroner and coroner office smells like me, and also the administration office and the Andy Miller's office and Gonzaga University smells like me. Nursing programming, also the aquatic center, ocean, and the Gold's Geometry Mountain smells like me, and also the administration office, Mueller's Funeral Home, Lee's Funeral Home, Green Lee Memorial, Bruce Lee Memorial, where they took Brandon Lee and took his body to Pasco, just like Chano Hernandez. And also Mr. Chano Hernandez was hit by a rock in Kennewick, Washington, 1313 West Grounding. I hit him with a rock, and he was sedated in the field, and he was left for dead. He was left dead in the field, so the field was caught on fire. Same with Chano Hernandez within it. Chano Hernandez got away with burns and lacerations and stuff, but he survived because the police department picked him up, the Kennewick Police Department and the fire department picked him up because they had gypsy jokers and Hell's Engine members sitting there identifying Chano Hernandez and pulling him off the ground. There was a rock upside his head. So this canine is from Euclid. Mr. Gilbert Loretta, the 18th Street gangbanger, they went up to Sunset Ranches over, also called Sun Stables, and that's with his Astro van from Shoshone and Pasco, Washington. Administration office right across from Lady Lord's in the Secretary Apartments, Apartment 205. This canine dog is upstairs on Apartment 205 smelling the remains of Roberta Barela and Felix Barela and also the adversaries that were in there. And this is the canine sniffing on the administration office and the Astro van and also IBP on Dodd Road and also the Boise Cascade Pulp Yard, which is on Burbank Heights, over Burbank Heights and all the lines, at Burbank Heights on the side of Green Giant Trailer Parks. And this is the siblings of the siblings of the children of the adversaries of which is the Hot Shot program here in Richland, Washington, and also the Chemo Ronald McDonald's house in Seattle, and also Mr. Bill Gates that's 1835, and that's the Madrona. That's northeast, 1835, northeast Madrona, Seattle, Washington, Bill Gates estate. So all this information they got on there is all Microsoft and protected. Donations and from Moses Lake for 411 South and 401 Southwest City Hall, Moses Lake. Production donations for the full metal jackets and also the bulletproof vest and the plated armor, and also for the bag, Moon Gandhi a vet lab around at on the campus, and also back and forth the campus and back on the elementary school. But the sex teacher from Scootney Elementary rented the house to all their victims at the house and moved everything, the carpet, shampooed the carpet, and the carpet cleaner asked what the blood and feces were about in the bottom of the floor. Also, the trophy in the closet. In the far closet, there's 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, upstairs, downstairs, and everything's on YouTube, Facebook. That's but Moses Lake Police Department has a high rate of turnover rates for canines, especially with the high risk job they have. They protect the bastards and streets of public relations, and even the public council members that have superseded different vehicles on jury duty for testifying, and testifying for jury duty is $20 for their meals and mileage. They started first canine program to a generous donation community. Without supporting citizen business programs would not have been possible to sustain a program. Needs additional funds to overcome costs, foods, equipment, and invite the community to help us in the goal of making donation to Moses Lake Police Department and address list below 411 South Boston, 401 South Boston, the City Hall, and that's a business license. That's Mr. Todd, and that's Amanda from Rose Jury. Although kids coming for Christmas and also coming in for trick or treats on October 31st, has a good variety of all the scent and come along that they got going on in downtown business here, most like. It takes a special dog and also responsibility capability for alongside police officers. Police dogs perform a variety of different tasks in the law enforcement department, like catching criminals, rescuing trapped missing people, and protecting police canes, locate community police departments more efficiently and self-discouraging criminal activity. Like McVeigh, like blowing up buildings, costs information, training up, loves dealing with information, just threatened Senator McCain, threatened Patty Murray, and also Mary Cantwell, and also Patty Murray, and also the administration office, federal judges at the Lee Boulevard, and also the Navy SEALs, and their religious services they had going on, and the hall. Officers that they came to partner together, community, and prevent deter lawful activity, leave or citizenship ownership victims. And that's Ryan Fox, Corey Fox, and also Jason Traeger, Garfield, and Kevin Fruitland Park, and Washchild Willies. Administration there, that's Amy, and that's Jay Mueller, and that's Amy and Jay Mueller, and Amy Traeger, Amy Mueller. Administration office they have there, and that's administration office. That's a law facility, which is the coroner, Washington State Coroner's Office, and also Andy Miller's office, West State Prosecutors of Washington State, superseding to also in the Seattle, Tacoma, and also Spokane, Riverside, and Lee Boulevard. That's Patty Murray. I'm sorry, Mary Cantwell. Mary Cantwell, that's Yakima. That's Patty Murray, and Mary Cantwell is Yakima, and also Patty Murray is in Seattle, Washington. That was senator of the states there, and also Kim WYMAN, Olympia office, and also the public relation governor and that's Governor Locke and Mr. Suzuki, Professional Baseball, and the ambassadors there for prologue in their administration office for Summit 20. Capture facility has marijuana and they have pharmaceutical outposts, and the dog smells everything. And the contents of the facility, they have a drug prognosis diversion, dose diversion, and also California violators that's been in prison for DWIs shows an abstract record at the Department of Motor Vehicles. Even the judges have DWIs. So they're on their sentence and add the point systems on the federal state's limitations on the techniques and integrations for dose and diversion, which is San Luis Obispo. Cal Poly Amtrak drops you off at Cal Poly San Obispo, the Senate office in Walnut Street, connected to Highlander. Highlander is connected to the administration office for Philadelphia, San Francisco, Sacramento, and has a manifest on the strategic project arrangement transforms for those chapters, which is map 300. They got moderations for the lab transforms on the math classes for elaborations. Anyways, those changes are well considered thankful. Now we're in pursuit of computer and integrals confirmations for terms. And these are absolutes probably having actual value of A, absolute error given by Camilla Cast as technology used before many mathematical tests, including integration. From an integral function containing infinite discontinuity on integral and proper integral in definite terms and limits. Proper integral covers and limits infinity and real opposites rise and proper integral curves. Integration parse techniques. Integration allows exchange on integral with another using the formulas. Integration table and later green formulas. And midpoint rule uses the remaining sum of the form wherein midpoint of intervals. Integration of right intervals. There's a discomposite, as they would say, and decay shelf life for the uranium and plutonium that is exported through the train tracks into the train railroad tracks and containers, waste, and it is dumped into a facility over in San Luis Obispo in containment units, escorted by hand, by route, and it is by fully armored plate and automatic weapons, and anything in distress and fall, they were put in body bags in a way. But this is a service that they provide for the fault lines that they have. Their earthquake, they had San Francisco bridge collapsed, major cracks and crevices, they literally collapsed, and they're still standing, but there's a PowerPoint for the math classes that they have for the diversion DOSA classes. They revoked their license and CDLs for post-dated for probationary issue repercussions for formulating staff, hiring the new numerical math classes to go over again. Numerical integration, new methods estimate the value of definite integrals, including midpoint, world trapezoid, and Simpson. Particle fraction decomposed, a technique to break down rational functions, some simple functions. Power reduction formulas allows integrals and power integrate function exchange for integral involving the lower point. Other errors, percentage absolute value, and A negative B over A negative B over A, which is a 100% factor, which is breaking down. There's a Simpson rule, that rule approximate, and the integrals are precise quadrant functions. So for there's determined integral powers per determined functions, determined substitution, and that would be an example. That'd be we demonstrated that with the Pythagorean theorem. That's the hypotenuse of A squared B squared C squared. That take care of 90% of the work which needs to be done instead of writing the answer down, which is negative points right off the bat. To show the work they have, they sine product sine AX sine BX 1/2 cosine with parentheses A negative BX negative 1/2 cosine with a parentheses A BX. So cosine product sine AX cosine BX equals 1/2 over a sign with the parentheses a negative bx plus positive 1.5 sign with parentheses a bx with an outside x. Cosine products, cosine ax, cox bx equals 1/2 cosine with the parentheses a and bx with the parentheses again x and 1/2 cosine positive within positive parentheses a positive x outside x and power reduction form and so forth. Key points in the parts of formula exchange integrals are possible integrals. These are key concepts that work showing your work integration applies indefinite intervals. This is probably the most traumatic formulas that you're going to probably confront when you're showing your work for the cosines and cosines, cosines, and derivatives. What you're going to be showing, if you know what you're talking about, you're going to have you draw a graph and show the components of points on the districts and ordinances of whatever chapters they're going to be introducing you to. Applying trimming and Denny's rewrite integrals may overevaluate the substitution using integration by parts. Applying trimming and Denny's rewrite products, sines, cosines to programs. Like I say, I'm going to show you how reading and writing comprehension and writing and in fact. There's integral involving and the powers of substitutions, integrals involving use of substitution of x tangent affinity to dx derivative of second to the power of ODO, which is the final equation. That is the equation of the a second power to affinity dd. Integral growing in x to the negative 2, substitute x to the second, and derivatives and so forth. Problem function decomposition technique use breakdown rational function integrated previously learned techniques when a partial decomposition degrees and numerators. This is look your waste component area by be updated.